I mean, I think I would say just the act of creating something, even if it's not the success that you imagine or wish it could be, and whatever that means, whatever success means to you, the very act of doing it and putting yourself out there opens up other doors. It allows you to connect with other people. It allows you to learn skills that you didn't have before. And I find that things come along that would not have come along if I didn't try to put myself out there and create, things that I want to create. It doesn't mean the thing I create is going to wind up with 3 million views like that one thing did. One of my favorite videos I ever made ended up with like 4,000 views, but I love it. It pleases me personally. But, in the process, I learned stuff on that shoot, and other people saw it. And I met somebody here, I met somebody there, and putting yourself out there, think positive things often come of it. Negative things can come of it too. I mean, that's life. Life is dirty. Life is messy. But sitting back and doing nothing, that's not going to help you.
Hey, I'm Jade Elysan, a multi-passionate creative based out of New York City who's obsessed with personal development and anything business, from marketing, branding, creating online programs to launches, and helping you step into your true self so that you can share your gifts with the world. Gain insights with manifesting, creating life on purpose, and get ready to elevate yourself in ways that will surprise even you. Included in your weekly dose of inspiration, get ready to be entertained, uplifted, and encouraged to take action with simple and easy to apply tips, tools, and strategies that fit into your busy daily life, sprinkled with some woo-woo along the way. From embracing your confidence to mastering success habits, setting achievable goals, and ways to harness positive mindsets and beliefs so that you can kick self-doubt and your inner critic to the curb where they belong. Whatever's on the topic call sheet, I'll help you navigate the raw, messy, and sometimes hilarious truths of achieving success, abundance, and happiness, all while encouraging you to become the best version of yourself. So think of me as your go-to girlfriend, talking over some coffee, getting real, and giving you some amazing advice to go from hot mess to thriving success. This is the Uber Savvy Life Biz podcast. I had so much fun with our guest this week. Make sure you check out this bonus recap for the special episode highlights. Grab a pen, a pad, and let's jump straight in. Let me just give a little bit about Gary's background. So Gary and I met, we're both actors, and we both came from white collar type jobs, I would say, prior to both of us diving into acting at different times of our careers. And after graduating college with a political science degree, Gary spent 6 years working in Congress before doing something more useful with his life, which was to become an actor. You've probably seen him playing white-collar roles in New York dramas like Blue Bloods, New Amsterdam, FBI Most Wanted, The Sinner, Jessica Jones, and Law & Order. That's a pretty lengthy roster that you played on, Gary. And even though he's a clown at heart, often playing the high-status idiot or quick-witted jerk, appearances on TV comedies, including The Last OG, Search Party, Friends from College. Oh, I love that show. The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, and also his online sketches for The Onion, Above Average, The Dad, College Humor. I love College Humor. Major League Baseball. Gary has written and produced his own sketch comedy videos, seen by millions and shared by numerous outlets, including Time Magazine, ABC News, The Hollywood Reporter, Adweek, Entertainment Weekly, and many others. I would say that typically the listeners that come on to this particular podcast are listening to find out about how to build a life and business of their dreams. But the reason I'm having Gary on the show is because he has really instilled that whole idea of showing up as you are and putting the T for truth when it comes to living life. He inspired me to do the JD Bunch show, which is my very low sketch comedy show that I have on YouTube, because I also wanted to be on SNL. And I was like, Lorne Michaels is totally going to find this, and I'm going to tag him and he's going to find this. And I'm going to thank Gary when I win my Emmy award one day.
When I win my best SNLer award.
So you wanted to be, so you make people laugh.
Yeah, I love doing that. I love telling jokes, getting reactions. I just like having a fun time. That's all.
And now you're playing daddy duty.
Yeah, I'm a dad now. I got 2 kids.
That's incredible.
It really wasn't that hard. It took 5 minutes of my time each time.
5 minutes. I mean, really just putting it on the table, Gary. or maybe the bed. I don't know.
Ba-dum-bum.
But
There you go. SNL, you missed out.
I mean, they really did. We would have totally brought it to a whole new level. Halfies. We could have been the Halfie group.
Could have, yeah.
And so I'm half
Yeah.
Egyptian, half Filipino. You're half Egyptian and what?
My mom's side is Eastern European, Russian, Polish.
And that is not at all in opposites with being part Muslim and part Catholic at all.
Oh, yeah, no, my father was raised Muslim and my mother's side is Jewish. So yeah, that was a lot of fun at family reunions.
So was there a menorah? And
oh yeah. My mom had a menorah. Yeah, my dad, being raised Muslim, had a Christmas tree. Naturally.
I know that you're not kidding because we had this conversation.
No, I'm 100% serious. He would bring a Christmas tree during Christmas. Like, we don't have this is American holiday. We do Christmas tree. I'm like, okay, whatever you want. Just as long as I get presents, you can have anything you want.
I love that you're saying this because my dad also loves to decorate the Christmas tree because he married my very Catholic mom. So you transitioned into acting and then you ended up doing your production company called Cringe Factory, right?
Cringe Factory. Yep.
Cool. So talk about that.
I didn't even start with the idea of like making a production company. The idea was just, I wanted to make a funny video. It came from being on the subway all the time. And, when you're in the subway and somebody comes on the car and says, I'm sorry to bother everybody, but I'm homeless and, could you spare some change, whatever. And I mean, sometimes it's a real person who's genuinely down on his or her luck, want to help them. And sometimes it's not. Sometimes just somebody, running a scam. And I'm not good enough to figure out the times when it is or it isn't. But you see it a lot on the subway. And I'd always wondered what would happen if two of those people ended up in the same subway car at the same time. Like they're both trying to beg at the same time and going past each other. And I said, I wonder what that would look like, if it actually happened. So I ended up shooting that. We got in a subway with me and a few friends. We all got our cell phones and we kind of created this sketch where progressively more and more ridiculous beggars come on the car asking for money. And it's called Panhandler Party. And you can find it on YouTube. And when I made it, I thought, if this gets like 5,000 views, I'll consider it a success. And it's ended up with over 3 million. And it got shared in so many places. I couldn't believe it. And immediately people started saying, like, calling me from production companies and from websites and newspapers, like, oh, we'd love to talk about this with you. I got on a radio show. I think it was an NPR show in New York, and I was talking about it with the host. It was insane. It was nothing like what I ever expected it would be. So then I thought, oh, well, this is easy. I'll just do this all the time and get 3 million views for each video. And it's not that easy. But, we've had a couple of successes since then. And in between, we've made some fun videos that, even if they didn't get a huge bunch of views, I've personally enjoyed. And, I'd love to say that we do it regularly, but it's so sporadic. Me and or rather my co-producer and I, we each have other lives, other responsibilities. So every once in a while we get together and do something.
What I'm hearing you say is like, it's okay to be messy when you show up.
Yeah. I mean, to me, messy's more interesting anyway. I always figure if I'm going to mess up big.
Make a mark so that they remember you.
For better or worse, I'll be remembered.
For the better. I would always say for the better. So what... Yeah, that's so from a movie right now. So if you could have anything in terms of like your set, you want to create something with acting as your main goal, or would you want to create something big with your production? Like what would be an ideal for you?
I mean, Jay, the easy thing in the world for me would just be to keep getting cast and stuff. I can just show up and play pretend and get paid for it.
Absolutely.
Like a child. That would be great.
It's so much fun.
Yes. But I have been at this for 15 years now, and it's nice when I book the work, but it's nowhere near steady enough. So if that means making more of my own work to try to make that happen, sure, I'm happy to do it. But, that involves a lot of extra work. That involves setting up the shoot, casting it, administrative things, payroll, editing, there's stuff that I will do because there's nobody else is going to do it, but it's not fun for me.
Right. And because you have that professional training behind you to be able to do it and follow it through. Like you have that mindset where you had that corporate job, you had to show up, you had to do the work, and then like you did things A through Z. I feel like I share a lot of that with you. Would you say, you're like, do you, Jade? Would you say that
you probably do more than me? I do the bare minimum just to get the thing made and shot and out there. It doesn't look pretty, but it gets done.
There's this Sanskrit quote that I know. It's called Om Daksham Nama, and I learned it from like my Oprah Deepak meditations. I do those meditations every day. And Om Daksham Nama means maximum benefit with least effort. So that's basically what you would love.
Yep.
If there was a Gary Sanskrit affirmation, Sanskrit, I hope I'm saying that right. That's like the first.
I watched Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom. I know how it's pronounced.
So that's the first written language in stone, like apparently.
Oh, I think I may have heard that somewhere. Okay.
So
I'm serious. I think I heard that somewhere. I don't know if it's true or not. Well, it was on the internet, so it has to be true.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So what would you say for anyone listening who might want to create their own work or step into something different? We may have several actors listening in, casting directors, as well as entrepreneurs or anybody who might want to be creating their business online. What would you say would be something that you could give to them that would help give them that nudge to create something from themselves?
Just the act of creating something, even if it's not the success that you imagine or wish it could be, and whatever that means, whatever success means to you, the very act of doing it and putting yourself out there opens up other doors. It allows you to connect with other people. It allows you to learn skills that you didn't have before. And I find that things come along that would not have come along if I didn't try to put myself out there and create, things that I want to create. It doesn't mean the thing I create is going to wind up with 3 million views like that one thing did. One of my favorite videos I ever made ended up with like 4,000 views, but I love it. It pleases me personally. But, in the process, I learned stuff on that shoot and other people saw it. And I met somebody here, met somebody there, and putting yourself out there, think positive things often come of it. Negative things can come of it too. I mean, that's life. Life is dirty. Life is messy, but sitting back and do nothing, that's not going to help you.
Yeah, that's like stagnant, stale water. You want to keep the momentum going because energy and motion is your emotion and you want to move forward with your emotions. I love that. Gary, it was awesome to have you on the show. I'm going to leave our listeners with this amazing quote. Trust your own instinct. Your mistakes might as well be your own instead of someone else's. Billy Wilder.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
Awesome. So just to recap what we listened to with our incredible special guest, Gary Lee Mahmoud, our British friend. I'm kidding. We discussed the 4 truths to live by: daddy duty, showing up when you can, not caring about the outcome, Om Daksham Nama, and producing your own work, and just showing up in a way. It's better to produce and do it messy than not do something at all. I'm so curious which one of the highlights from this special guest resonated with you the most. Circle that and give it some thought over the next 24 to 48 hours. And if it applies to you, make sure you put it into action because knowledge plus inspiration equals incredible results. Gary, it was awesome to have you. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks for having me, Jade.
And everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to the Uber Savvy Life and Biz podcast. That was awesome. Stay committed to your vision, take consistent action, and know that great things are on the other side of that door. Because remember, only you hold the key to unlock your dream life. So why not start today? I'll see you next time. Can I just say, you're awesome. You just finished an episode of the Uber Savvy Life and Biz podcast. If you like this episode, feel free to leave a nice review and rate it 5 stars if you found it helpful. But if not, please don't rate it 4 stars. Just ignore this part. However, if you did like it, make sure you share it with a friend who may find some value in the topics discussed today. Be sure to share it with them because you never know who you could uplift. Also, if you want more, check out the show notes in the description, which would include any links that may have been mentioned in this episode. Are you still listening? Are you waiting for a blooper reel? That'd be a really fun idea to throw in the Times. But seriously, are you tired of foggy mornings? Go to jadeelysan.com to grab your ultimate caffeine-free boost to supercharge your mornings for success. That's right, your empowered morning mindset checklist. Your great day is just a thought away. You're the best, Gary. That was freaking awesome. That was fun. I liked it. I know that was like probably more serious than what you normally do. Gary might.
No, you got to say the last part, Jade.
Gary would drop his pants for food or just because. I mean, Gary. All right, I'm going to stop this.
There you go. Thanks, Jade.